and about 3 weeks ago he got in another accident. He was on the freeway, boom, got rear-ended. So now we're messing with a whole new set of problems. So, hey guys, welcome back to the Auto Rod Garage. We appreciate you guys coming by and checking out what we're doing. I'm telling you what, we have quite a plethora of things we're going to be messing with today. We told you before that we're the variety show, and you're going to see a little bit of Mazda 3, you're going to see a little bit of 55 Chevy Gasser, you're going to see a little bit of 02 Camaro. Right. Anyway, we have a lot of things going on right now, and some things are just jumping up and biting us. You guys may not know this, my son got in an accident about 4 months ago. He got a new car, and about 3 weeks ago he got in another accident. He was on the freeway, boom, got rear-ended. So now we're messing with a whole new set of problems. So we're getting him a car, and it ended up having more problems than we thought, so we're trying to mess with that, and it's crazy. Anyway, we do appreciate you guys coming by and checking out what we're doing. Check out the plethora of stuff that Tommy's working on now.
Ooh, plethora.
Plethora. I knew that girl.
Hey guys. So, we're doing more wiring on the old 55 Chevy Gasser. And as you can see, we have an ignition switch and a whole lot of wires. Before I completely freak out, I'm just going to start at the ignition switch. Unfortunately, you guys didn't see any of that coverage. I guess the coverage was damaged or something like that. But we do have our turn signals. And we have our brake lights and all that stuff. So that's a plus. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and start at the ignition switch. Okay guys. So here's the ignition switch. This is our starter trigger here. This guy right here is all our key up power. So when you turn the key on, all this stuff is live. And that is going to be relay triggers. We're going to have at least two relays, one for the fan and one for I'm kind of anticipating running an electric fuel pump, because this girl's going to drink a lot of fuel, and that means dual quads. So so an electric pump would probably be prudent. So I'm going to go ahead and wire in a relay for the fuel pump and also for the fan. So what I did was, you'll see some pink wires here. So one of these pink wires goes to the turn signal flasher. The other one is going to be this guy here. This guy is going to go to the relays, the key up relays. We already have power for the brake lights and all that. So I'll just keep you guys updated, and I'm going to keep going. Bye. So when I went crazy, you know, the last time, and then I did again. Anyway, as you know, wiring can get a little frustrating. I like wiring to look nice, which is pretty hard to do. I want to show you what I gotten done so far. So there's that mess. Oofta. We have a fan relay. The relay that's going here that I just wired for it. That's going to be for the fuel pump. This guy right here is fused 12 volt power. This guy right here. This guy is triggered 12 volt from the ignition switch. This guy is our ground. And the last thing I have to do is I have to start a wire that comes out for the fuel pump. There's our fuse panel. I went ahead and did a ground lug. I just do this because it's easier, and then you don't have to have 9 million holes on the floor. Anyway, so there's that. So now we can officially wire all this stuff. We can wire all this, tape it all up nice and pretty, make brackets. So this is our power into the car. This is our tack lead here. This is our distributor. This is our starter. And now it has an ignition switch. Yay! And all that stuff is in there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tape all this stuff up. We'll make it nice and pretty, and then need to move on to something else pretty soon, because this poor car, man, it's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would to wire it. And today, we're actually solidifying the motor mounts on the old Camaro. So as you can see, here's the, I guess, outriggers you could call them. They're tack welded in place. We'll see how well the tacks went. Pretty hard to get in there. Same scenario on both sides. So now we need to jack the scroll up. We'll take it out and see what it looks like. Ooh. Going loose on the other side here. one. It's not super pretty, but we'll make her super pretty. How's that? It'll be super cool. Okay, guys, here's both of them. So this is the driver mount. Obviously, this is the car side. Anyway, looks all right. And see how that we had to tip it? It's because of that bolt right there. Looks pretty cool though, pretty cool. This one I had to shim a little bit because I didn't like how tight it was against the rack and pinion. We need to finish weld these guys up and cut off all this excess. Why, yeah. We might put a gusset in here. I don't think it needs a gusset in here. As long as we triangulate one of these, probably the front one, because the exhaust actually goes right here. So we'll probably just gusset this one here and the front one there, or this one right here, and it'll be super cool. And then we'll just trim it after that. Measure this span here. It should be 3 5/8 ish. A little bit, moved about 1/16 of an inch. This one stayed on point. So we need to dry fit this guy first to make sure it fits in there. I'm not worried about them doing this, but I am worried about them doing this. So hang on real quick. Alright guys, as you can see, cut off the remnants. I just shined it up a little bit. We'll paddle wheel that stuff later. Shined her up there, and then back there, excess off there. But I went ahead and opened this up just a little bit, and now I'm ready for my gusset. It's going to go like this, and same thing here. I think we're doing pretty good. We're going to go ahead and cut our gussets. We'll put it in there, and it'll be super cool. This is the passenger mount, and here's our gusset. I'm going to weld that in, and that'll be plenty strong. And I'm not worried about this angle because there's plenty of foot there. All this does is it keeps the motor, keeps these guys from flexing this way. And once you gusset this guy, then you'd literally have to destroy the mount to move that guy. So I'm not worried about that guy. Just gonna do the front. Okay, so now one more gusset, and then we'll clean them up and we'll shoot them. Yay! Okay guys, here's our second gusset, and this guy goes right there. Ooh, let's go and weld it on. Alright guys, there's 2 serious mounts. Anyway, we're going to clean them up, put some paint on them, put them in the car. So it's actually in there, sitting on the motor mounts and everything else. And today we're doing something a little different. We are working on a late model Mazda. This was a purchase, but something happened. Check that rotor out, man. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, what's that? Oopsie. A busted off caliper. Anywho, some severe curb damage. We're questioning the rear wheel. The control arm's bent. We had already measured all that stuff out. So Pete's going to get some parts right now. So hopefully, pretty soon here, we'll be able to get this girl back on the back on all fours and go ahead and take it out and play with it. Okay guys, so there's all kinds of stuff we need to take loose. But first off, I'm gonna grab these the hard to get to ones. I'm gonna get these rear bolts off the control arm, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the inner pivot for the control arm. And I'm just gonna break everything loose, break our saddle loose. Now, man, that poor caliper is toast. It broke the piston in half and stuff like that. We can start getting this stuff apart real quick. Alright. With the size I keep getting wrong. Oh well. First thing in the morning, what you want, you know? Alright, well there's that. Now, let's go ahead and try to break the ball joint loose. So there's the ball joint, and now let's get the saddle loose here. We're just going to go ahead and take the saddle off. That way it gives us a little bit more room to do something. It's a beautiful morning this morning here. Okay. So obviously that's what's left of the caliper. So pretty simple. This is where your brake pads go. These slides here, right? This actually goes on the front. The main reason why we're having to get, I don't know if you can actually buy this hardware, these slide bolts. I don't know. Okay guys, so I got the front pivot bolt loose on the control arm, but right now, because it's still in the trailer, it's actually hooked to this guy here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to let it down on a jack stand, take this jack out, because we're going to need this jack in the back, and then just rehook this. Let's go ahead and let her down. So now our jack's down, and we need to loosen our strap up. So now, I'm going to move the fun a little bit here. So I got to get the jack to the back. And I got to move the jack to the back because I'm going to make sure that the wheels aren't bent. So that means I'm going to have to take or check that one and then take it off, put the front one on, and just spin it and see what we got. Okay guys, so now we're going to jack this corner up and we're just going to spin the tire, see what we got, make sure it's straight. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll break these loose. We'll jack it up, see what we got. 2Z, 3Zs, 4Zs, 5Zs. Sometimes you can just use your peripheral vision and just like stare off into space somewhere right around in here and see what you got. Sometimes a wobble can come from a tire. You'll kind of get an idea of what's going on. There's a scuff right here. So I'm seeing just a little bit, but I think it's because of the scuff. I think that wheel's good. So let's go ahead and take it off and we'll put the other one back on, or put the front one on, and see what we got. Huh, pretty crazy. But I do feel some looseness. This hub bearing is no good. Right where hub bearing is El Junco. I don't know what the mileage is on the vehicle, but it could have been just from normal wear and tear. Always remember smacking curbs, potholes, stuff like that can really put the hurt on late model cars. Alright guys, sorry, I'm back. So, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this guy to separate. Okay, well. Let's I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna turn the wheel and see if we can get a better angle on that. Alright, well, it's coming. Let's go ahead and straighten the wheel back out. Alright. So there's that. It's pretty cool. Yay! Looks like we're gonna have to get a little tricky here. Oh man, my control arm. Yeah, and see, obviously there's some damage there too. So it's El no bueno. So now we're ready for parts.
All right, guys. We have some new stuff here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It looks like the right stuff. Let's try to... Just want to get all of it started.
Salvage auction, yeah.
Nice.
Well, they said that it had just been hit in the front, and we could see that there was almost no damage to it. They didn't tell us that it had gone sideways into something. That's where all the damage was. Right? I lied. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay. You said that it...
Yeah, the hub bearing's trashed.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Man, could they have rocks gone through that? No. I would do that one back there. Alright, so some of you may wonder how come I haven't been in the videos as much over the past couple of weeks. Well, here's the bottom line. I've been out of town a whole bunch. And you just watched this video, which is our Sunday video. And over the past 3 days, I've been up in Utah watching my son play basketball. He plays for Utah Tech University. And this is his last season. And he has very few games left. And you know, it's sort of the last hurrah. My last of my boys is playing college ball. And I'm going to see everything I can. Even if that means I lose the house and they foreclose. Alright, that won't happen. But we do appreciate you guys coming by and checking out the video. We want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, show us some love with that like, give us that thumbs up, share the link, and leave a comment. And make sure you check our web store, www.theoddrodgarage.com. And, as always, thanks for watching.